Ashley from Tea Talk, and today I'm filming my video for My Girl Thursdays Fashion Week, and I've been asked to kind of tell you about vintage and handmade clothing and how you can work them into your wardrobe. So I thought I would bring you to one of my favorite vintage stores in downtown Phoenix, the Grow Up, and I thought I would, give you a little peek into where I go to look for vintage and handmade clothing, and maybe give you a few tips and pointers about where you can go look, in your local area, and what you should be looking for, maybe price-wise or quality. So yeah, I'm gonna take you along then. Okay, so the first thing that I, kind of thought I'd point out is usually in front of vintage boutiques they have a sale section. So it's really great to check out the sales section first, see what's here, what you can get at a really good price, see if anything's kind of in your size, and go from there. And my tip with size would be, if you see something that you like and you read the label and it doesn't necessarily say your particular size, try it on anyways, because vintage sizes are quite a bit different from today's sizes. So if you wore, say, a size 4, you could be a size 12 in a vintage dress. So if you see something that you like but you don't think the size goes along with your own size, just give it a shot and try it on. Okay, so now we're inside the Grow Up, and I just kind of want to show you around a little bit the different sections maybe you should be looking out for. First is dresses. This is usually where I start. You can find a seriously great array of vintage dresses, just by looking. And usually if you go to a boutique, they kind of already have them set out for you, aside from going to like a Goodwill or another thrift store where they have them, but they might be kind of like mix-matching some other items. So it's always great to, start with what you had in mind of looking for and then go from there. So tell me what you look for, Scott, when you go vintage shopping.
I like finding unique pieces, something not everyone else is going to have.
Kind of like the vest you're wearing?
Kind of like the vest.
And what else do you look for? You usually look at the ties, don't you?
Yes, I love ties.
Some nice bolo ties over there. Very Southwest. And he also looks for shoes occasionally, don't you?
Yes.
You do. And at a vintage store, you can always find really great, unique shoes. Some of them can be small, I find. It seems like women had smaller feet back then. Or maybe my feet are just too big. But you can always find some really awesome, unique shoes. So always keep a lookout for those. Hi, I'm here with Ashley of Mary May Handmade, and she's going to tell us what she likes about shopping vintage and maybe where some of her favorite places are to go and find vintage clothing.
I love vintage because it's unique and no one has the same thing as you. And I just really like the idea that there's like a story behind my clothes, that someone else had it and they cherished it, and I probably make up stories that aren't even true, but the idea is fun. And I really like thrifting versus like going to a vintage store, just because I really love the hunt, and
that can be hard for some people. I think that's
yeah.
my problem. I usually like going to a vintage store because they already have the items there.
They did all the work, yeah. And it's a bummer when you go and you hunt and you spend all this time and effort and then you walk away with nothing. But we're lucky with a lot of good vintage stores here in town. Butter Toast is awesome. They handpick everything, and they've got a really good collection of different styles. Blueberry Deluxe is a really good one. She knows my style. She's got super cute stuff.
And both of them have online stores too.
They do, yes.
So if you can't come locally, you can go online and shop and support still local businesses.
And one of my very favorite online vintage shops is called Flower Vintage on Etsy. She's actually local, but she only sells online, and she has the best stuff, tons of kids stuff. Really, really good collection. Cool.
I'll have to check her out.
It's really good.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so another thing that I really like about shopping vintage and handmade is that you can find really unique jewelry. You can find a lot of pieces that have been reworked and taken apart, and using several different pieces of vintage jewelry you can come up with something really unique that no one else is going to have. And also you can sometimes find like handmade stuff. Like my friend Courtney, she sells these necklaces that have pendants on them made out of recycled bullet shells. So you can always find something unique and interesting that not everyone else is going to have, especially if they go to like a mall store or some other kind of chain store. So you're always going to find something unique.
And I think if you're not into the hunt and stuff like that, you can give yourself a really cool vintage look by putting on a belt or a bracelet or something. It gives like a different look to modern pieces, which is fun. And a lot of the pieces we have are like handmade with vintage trinkets and stuff, so it's really fun to like deconstruct things that you found and use them in different ways. Like throwing a brooch on a necklace chain, or it's just really unique and fun. Yeah.
So thanks for watching my video. I hope I've inspired you to go out and shop vintage and handmade. Both are really important, and they're definitely a unique way to dress and have something that you're not going to see on everyone else, and it kind of makes getting dressed every day special. And when you have something pretty to wear, it makes you feel good, and to know that there's history behind it makes it even better. So please don't be afraid and go out and try something new.